Ladies and gentlemen, the world's #1 sports and recreation podcast, Cheap Heat, is back out in Los Angeles, where it's much earlier. It's 37 at 37 Dipperstein. Hey there.
37 for 6 more months.
Wow, halfway point?
And then I'll be 38.
Oh, these are great years. These are great
Are
years.
they? Are they great years? Like
yeah.
what it is?
Age-wise, these are prime years. Because I feel I'm still in my prime, but I see scary numbers right around the corner. You don't have scary numbers right around the corner. 40 is no longer scary.
It's not? I'm terrified of 40.
Because you don't get it.
SGG, you're 40 on the dot?
No, I'm 39.
Go ahead. So what were you going to say then? Explain. SGG's in Philadelphia, by the way. Hey,
I thought SGG was like 27, 28.
I appreciate it.
When we started the podcast, he was 16.
That's right. That's right. But no, I mean, look, you got your money and you got the knowledge, so you're not doing nonsense with the money. You got the life experience. It's the perfect combination. You have more life to live with the life experience to live it right and the money to do it comfortably and less recklessly. This is the perfect combination of where you want to be.
I got to tell you, he's making sense. Think about it. The first 30 years of your the first 15 years of life you're nothing.
You have no control over it.
Yeah, let's just
they tell you where to go to school.
Let's just jump to 18. 18 is when life starts. You're 0 at 18.
Yep.
So from 18 on, you're now about figuring out what it is that life is. How do I feel happy? How do I gain success and money and comfort? You're now going to be 38, and in the last handful of years, you've figured out most of those things, and you have the means to figure out and do all the things that you haven't done yet. This is fantastic.
And the biggest thing you figured out too is that, when you're 18 and early 20s, how do I find happiness comes from like outside, right? It's like this significant other, this companion, this group of friends, these experiences, this job. When you're 38, it's just like, no, me.
Wow,
the happiness.
I did not have that at 38. I want to be clear. I am working my hardest to get that at 45. So SGG,
but you understand that that's the goal. At
I do.
20s, in the early 20s, you don't even think about that.
Wait, you're looking for 20s. You don't even know what anything is,
right?
I mean, I didn't even come up for air until the divorce. I was 39, and I stopped and went, "Whoa! I've been running around here. I've been running here since." And for me, I really started running earlier than most people. My run of like I'm going to figure this out started when I was like a freshman in college when I showed up at the radio station. It had been like go for 21 years. Although I will say the 05-06 time when I was working on the Tyson documentary and like smoking weed, that wasn't as go as the rest of it was. I recently stumbled on a video did I tell you guys this, that when I was posting the Tyson stuff leading up to the fight, the videos of when I was working on the documentary, it's a cute story, blah, 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 blah. When I was going through those videos, I found one of me going into my parents' house when I was working on the documentary. The look on my dad's face.
MJ wasn't feeling it.
And the fact that I couldn't read it then, I'm like, Dad, I'm headed off to do this, and then this, and then this. And he's literally like this. He is like, you are a loser. What are you doing? He feigned interest in moments. It's just another reason why father is mother of Jays. My mom was so much better at putting up an act of like, oh, this is so great. Good, good, good. When really deep down, I know she was like, oh my God, can he just get a job on the radio somewhere and leave us alone?
But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it was just him. And she was trying to convince him, and now he's getting it from both sides.
It's true. She may have actually believed. I think my mom did believe in a lot of my cockamamie harebrained schemes. But you know what? One of the great harebrained schemes of all time was to make it to WWE. And now guess what? Saturday night's main event. I don't know if you guys are aware. Maybe you didn't watch Raw this week. I don't know if you know this. Saturday night's main event is 8 o'clock NBC, 8 o'clock East Coast time, live across the country. It's on NBC and Peacock. SGG, are you aware?
I am aware.
You may be aware
Fully aware.
because it was promoted like WrestleMania on this past week's Raw.
They got some WrestleMania adjacent matches too.
I mean, what do you think is the logic? Is there a logic behind the treatment that it's getting besides the fact that it's like a cool thing we're bringing back? But like, is there a reason it's getting, let's be real, it's getting PLE plus treatment?
Oh yeah.
What do you?
Is there a reason?
And it's are they gonna have to do this every time there's a Saturday Night's Main Event? Is all we're like? Are we always going? What it seems like there is we're in a moment where something is. Oh, I know this was always the case, but things are being extra promoted, and there's something to extra promote around every weekend. It's kind of like UFC, where it's like there's a pay-per-view seemingly it's once a month, obviously, but like they're always promoting the middle of the road fights too. And like now all you see all week is just promotion. And that's fine. And it's clearly working.
But are they going to have to do it if Saturday Night's Main Event, we're thinking is what, quarterly?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But can this go on forever? This promotion forever and ever. It's pumping and pumping and pumping.
To answer both of your questions, yes and yes. Yes, they're going to have to do it every time. And yes, it can go on forever. And the reason they're going to have to do it every time is because they have a stacked roster and they have a lot of titles. And they've perfected the sort of formula of these PLEs being 5-match cards, right? 5 of the best matches, the best stories, the most meaningful title matches, etc. And so you have some people where you feel like, well, this deserves a spotlight, and some of that has gone to Raw, and we've got some major episodes of Raw and SmackDown with it. I think of the Motor City Machine Guns and the way they won those titles. That wasn't a PLE, but that could be something that is also saved for a Saturday Night's Main Event, right? Cody wasn't on Survivor Series,
here's the thing.
But here he is with KO in a highly anticipated match with a hot storyline.
I did read a hot take about why that was the case, and it made perfect sense. You probably read the same thing.
I didn't read anything.
They didn't want to have Cody as the babyface champion fighting a Canadian in Vancouver at Survivor Series. And
sure.
I went, that tracks.
I think
those guys are both skilled enough to turn the crowd, though. He gets a pop, and then what?
I don't know if Canadians can be turned. I mean, in that way where they wouldn't have ended up rooting for KO. I don't know.
Canadians are disloyal. Exhibit A, KO. Even though he's right this time. He's right this time.
No, he's not.
But I mean, come on, he's absolutely right.
But like here's like my philosophy as opposed to what they're doing. I don't know what their plan is for the tag, for if they're doing a tag match at Saturday Night's Main Event for the titles. But
Ciampa and Gargano, I don't think there is.
Okay, so that DIY turn should have happened at Saturday Night's Main Event. Like, why can't we save like a cool moment for like a big show? That was awesome the way they won the titles. I loved like that like full heel turn that they just did. That should have happened on show that like storylines can be furthered on pay-per-views and important shows.
I feel like that's a take that should have been reserved until after we see Saturday Night's main event, because it's possible that we get the big moments.
I don't know.
They still have to do them on Raw and SmackDown. They can't just not. Raw and SmackDown can never become just filler.
My guess is that this will just be a series of matches and like nostalgic moments that don't further any stories. That's my guess. I hope not. But like, we know who's winning all these matches. SGG thinks Kevin Owens is beating Cody Rhodes and holding up the championship at the end.
Yeah,
that's not happening.
He is. I think so.
He won't put his money where his mouth is, but he does think that.
If Dip was so confident, he'd give me insane odds. He wants to straight 1-to-1 odds.
You can't. Well, I don't know if you can reverse it that way, because you're the one with the hot take here. You're the one who has to back up the hot take,
which makes me the underdog, right? If it wasn't a hot take, I wouldn't be an underdog.
It's just win-loss. It's not. I mean, it's just win-loss. Does he leave with the title or not?
Right.
That's
But
you
where's
says
my
yes.
odds? I
You
say
say
he
yes.
does.
I'll bet you $100.
Okay, 10 to 100.
But then
No.
that's then you're not really
That's
that
stupid.
confident. You think
Yeah.
you don't think it's 50-50. You don't think he could do it. You think it's a 10 against
I
1.
think he's going to obliterate Cody.
And,
I
and
think
win the
we
title.
could we could jump right into predictions, but I think he's going to
Cody's losing the championship at Saturday Night's main
Yes.
event and holding up the
Yes.
title at the end.
This
Okay.
idea that
Kev-
people need to win the championship at WrestleMania and then they can't lose it again until WrestleMania, it makes no sense. They have to sprinkle in all these big especially
Greg?
with that title that Roman held for like 4 years.
Greg,
They need to make these moments matter throughout the year. Otherwise, nothing else matters until April.
Greg, here's the thing. I agree with you. And I hope he does lose the title at Saturday Night's main event. I want Kevin Owens to beat him, and I want something to happen that we don't expect, but it's not going to. So
right.
I want what you're saying. That would be awesome. If we got a big title change that like sort of made no sense there, that would be great. Not going to happen. So I'll bet you $100.
I don't think it makes no sense, and I think we're going to get that big title change. And I will put my $10 to your $100 that happens.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna. I don't know why you decided, SGG, that this is the moment where all of a sudden things are just the way they should be. Where like wackiness can just. I think it suits you well because you've been thinking you got on board the KO is going to take the title from Cody thing like 2 months ago. So now you've tricked yourself into believing that it's going to happen here. I don't see any reason why it would. You finally bring back this huge franchise where you get put on network television. This is going to be a night where they get viewers, lapsed viewers are back. Lapsed fans tune in onto Saturday Night's main event and go, what's going on here? And they're going to go, what's going on here is Cody Rhodes is down bad.
You know what works against your argument? Saturday Night's main event. Now, this didn't take place at a Saturday Night's main event. This took place at the main event. Still holds the record for what? Most viewers TV match. It was Hulk Hogan losing his title to Andre in controversial fashion. They're not above that. They're not above that. Especially if it's this idea of that, like, this is supposed to be a fun show that like hooks people. Drama is what's going to hook the people.
I hope
right?
so.
The theatrics, the drama.
You're speaking my language.
They know this better than anyone. And then also, you're talking to SGG, the Oracle. I was the guy that told you that Roman was going to beat Cody in Hollywood when everybody called me everything but a child of God. I stood firm. Now, I was wrong about Philly, but I told you about Hollywood.
Cody and Roman.
I was the one
talking about a WrestleMania match.
I was the one who said that Punk was going to come to WWE and be a model employee. The man is wearing suits now. Now, granted, he's not putting on shoes. He's wearing them with Jordans.
How do you know he's being a model employee?
He showed up to Complex Con with a suit on to do these interviews. And he makes appearances.
You're speculating. You're
speculating he's being a model employee.
SGG, everybody that you ask about Punk has said, no problem. And this is even people who have issues with Punk, public issues with Punk. No problem. He's a great guy.
I call you the Oracle. You being 1 for 2 on the Roman thing at WrestleMania does not make you the Oracle. You got it right the first year, which was cool, and got it just blatantly wrong the next year. No. And it was the same thing. It was the same kind of argument.
This is WrestleMania too. We're talking about a quarter, like Saturday Night's main event. We're talking about Raw Jace.
Listen, I could run down the list of everything I was right about.
Raw Plus,
and I may do it for Patreon and run down the list of everything that I was right about. The Roman thing was a little, you know what I mean? Okay, I doubled down at Philly. I probably shouldn't have. But I'm right about this. KO is going to defeat Cody. We can jump into predictions.
So I will go with Dipperstein, and I will pick Cody Rhodes to retain against Kevin Owens. Dip?
Confirmed.
Okay.
This is good as confirmed.
You like Kevin Owens?
I like Kevin Owens on
Standing tall. You said obliterate, so he's going to beat. It's going to be a squash of Jays.
I think so.
Okay. If you're right, by the way, I don't know if the money. I don't know what we do, but we figured out. Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre.
I'm not sure why Drew McIntyre is upset with Sami Zayn.
He laid it
Greg,
out.
Greg, can you explain?
Drew explained on Monday. I would direct you to his promo on Monday Night Raw.
I heard it. I didn't understand it. I didn't think there was really a compelling case for hatred.
I mean, I think so. It's the same case that KO has. It's the same case that Seth has. What was everybody suddenly so chummy and buddy with Roman? I mean, they're right. I'm not going to go against the tribal chief, but they do have a point in that, an apology is in order and some level of atonement, not just showing up and people falling in line.
I don't know. It's too much to think about. I will tell you, I am excited.
Go ahead.
That the blood feud heading into WrestleMania season is Seth Rollins and CM Punk. That to me makes sense and is good so far.
In terms of your prediction for Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre, who do you pick?
I was liking the Drew McIntyre. I can't believe I'm saying this. He seems like such a heel. I was enjoying the Drew McIntyre babyface run. That was my favorite. This last Drew McIntyre run was my favorite Drew run, and now it's like not there anymore. He's come back as a babyface. He's made some sort of non-compelling case that Sami Zayn is his enemy. I did like that like 4-way promo that happened 2 weeks ago. I thought that was really good for the most part. But I just don't like. There needs to be something again a little bit more between Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre, other than like you're chummy with someone. I don't know. Not working.
I'm gonna pick Drew.
I'm picking Drew.
I don't know. I still don't know who Dip is going to
Dip Believe Predictions is just called. Now we go around the table with your picks, and that means just pontificate on what is happening in the world.
Isn't that what we're doing? I mean, I don't. Isn't that what this?
Now we said we're predictions. What are the predictions? You went. My predictions are. I'm feeling Drew.
So what?
That's the plane has to land.
I'm a professional broadcaster.
This is cool, but you got to land the plane at some point. You got to fucking.
All right, Drew I agree. Drew McIntyre. Sami Zayn's never. Here's my prediction. Sami Zayn never wins another match again.
Never.
How's that for a hot take?
Okay, there you go. Fine. There. Now we have something. And by the way, if Sami Zayn and John Cena get a match, they'll both just lay down next to each other until the bell rings.
Sami Zayn is like
60-minute draw.
Yeah. These are the people that like. There's a few people that need to start winning again to become like legit again. The same people win every.
Great. Is that what you mean?
Everyone, we love Sammy. No, just everyone seems to be losing who's supposed to, or like there's winners and losers. Finn Balor loses every goddamn match.
Great segue into the next match. What's your prediction for Finn Balor versus Gunther for the World Championship? It's a triple threat, actually. Finn, Gunther, and Damian Priest was added to the match.
I would love to see Finn Balor be the champion. I love Finn Balor. I'm a big Finn Balor fan. All he does is lose. I love Sami Zayn. All Sami Zayn does is lose. All these people, all the people that it's like no surprises these days as far as who wins these bigger matches.
Here's something. I would love Priest to win this. I think Priest is awesome right now. And how about this? I think Gunther's getting a little stale. I'd love Priest in New York to beat him. And
that's something that I've heard a lot from a lot of people actually about Gunther getting a little stale.
You just can't. Someone being dominant isn't a character.
They are making an effort to layer his character a little bit, but I mean, I guess it's not connecting as much.
I mean, it's getting there, but it's been a while now. The dominance now has been a thing for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. I really have enjoyed how Priest has been carrying himself, and it's in New York. I think it would be cool. I would love to see Priest win.
I think Gunther.
Is Priest the official pick?
I'll take Priest. Sure, why not?
No way. Gunther retains. I think he holds them. My prediction is he holds it until at least the Royal Rumble. John Cena wins the Royal Rumble, calls out Gunther. It's Gunther and John Cena at WrestleMania. That's the forest through the trees situation I'm staring at in my head.
John Cena winning the Rumble would be a lot of fun. It's hard to imagine at this point.
And that would make him a 3-time winner, right? Tying Hogan.
I would love that.
Who else wins the Royal Rumble? Is there somebody that is like obvious to win the Royal Rumble right now who doesn't have a title?
It's great. It's a great question as we sit here a month and a half, a little more than 2 months away.
CM Punk, Emilio just wrote, I agree. It could be CM Punk, but it won't
There's
be.
some good
Didn't he win
options.
last year?
Could be set. No, Cody won
Who?
last year.
Oh, Cody won. Right,
Punk
Cody
got
won
hurt.
last year. It was Punk and Cody at the end.
Right, and Punk got hurt.
That was I can't you believe that was a year ago already?
Yeah,
That's
dude,
so
it's wild what's happening.
I know.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick Finn Balor just for the chaos of it all.
That would be great.
It'll be something different.
Because I mean, imagine, right? Finn Balor, he's on his egomaniac shit right now, even though that is exactly what got Priest and Rhea and Edge booted out of the Judgment Day. This idea that they're the leader and they're calling the shots, and now he's pulling the same stuff. If he gets that world title, that'll be even more insufferable. It'll justify all this tough talk coming out of him about how he runs the show, and they need to listen to him. But it'll make things crazy in that clubhouse. So just for the chaos, not just here, but on TV, I'm going Finn.
If you're curious, by the way, of what happened, this is Saturday night's main event, number 37. If you're curious about what happened on Saturday night's main event 36, it was in DC.
Were you there?
No. I was already here. It was August 2nd, 2008.
Here as in New York.
That's right.
That was the last Saturday night's main event was 08.
08.
Yep.
It was Paul London defeating Charlie Haas in a huge matchup. You had John Bradshaw Layfield and the Legacy, Cody and Ted DiBiase, defeating John Cena, Batista, and Crime Time. Sorry, I left out Kane with JBL. It was JBL, Kane, and the Legacy beating Cena, Batista, and Crime Time in an 8-man tag.
Yo, Cena and Crime Time was a
moment
underrated, short-lived faction. CTC.
It was a moment in Crime Time.
I was so out at this point. I know. Yeah.
Great Khali beat Jimmy Wang Yang in a minute and a half. And in what looks like the true main event, Edge defeated Jeff Hardy. The commentators were Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler. CM Punk was a guest commentator for the first match.
I mean,
if you're curious, the one before that was in August 07, a year earlier. I was there. That's the last one I was at, SGG, and the only one I was ever at. August 13th, 2007, MSG. It aired August 18th, 5 days later. Batista and Kane defeated Finlay and Khali. Cena defeated Carlito. Evander Holyfield versus Matt Hardy in a boxing match.
Ay, Gavolt.
And CM Punk and the Boogeyman defeated John Morrison and Big Daddy V in what sounds like the Repug ECW revival match.
yeah.
I
These
like
1 hour, these 1 hour Saturday night's main events. I'm just gonna go ahead and say they don't count, man.
This is a
These are bad.
This is so different, by the way. I was at that taping. It said it was 5 days earlier, right? So that means it was after a Raw or before a Raw?
Maybe.
Or no. SmackDown tapings were Tuesdays.
Yep. I was gonna say SmackDown.
It was probably the SmackDown taping on Tuesday, and they did Saturday night's main event. That does not hit the way this is going to hit. 8 o'clock. Now, here's my question, guys.
And they're going live, like you said.
8 to 10 on Saturday. Do we think that there's anything before it or after? Because 2 hours is short for a dub. They usually have something extra to 2 hours.
This is 2 hours.
You mean in the arena?
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're getting dark matches. You're getting dark matches before Saturday night's main event.
My big question is what are they going to put? What clothing are they going to put Jesse Ventura in? That's really what I'm excited to see.
I don't think they're going to put him in anything. I think he's going to decide.
Yeah, me too. I don't think Jesse's ever been told anything.
We are all going to find out what he's wearing.
I hope he's wearing like the 80s sunglasses and like he looks in some capacity, not like Repug, like a hippie. Like I don't even know what he looks like now. He looks ridiculous.
I think he
You know?
is. I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna lean into the full retroness of it
I
all.
hope
because
so. I
when
hope
he was
so.
on the Bill Simmons podcast, he revealed that they were going fully retro for the show. And I mean, people, I'm sure that wasn't a big, spoiler or breaking news. You can tell from the aesthetics of the advertisements and the commercials that they're leaning into the retro. But he seemed very excited about sort of stepping into the time machine and going back to uh the mid 80s. So I think he's
Well,
gonna lean into it with his look.
SUG and I were talking about this the other day, Dip, after your internet sadly took you away from us.
Yes.
When you go back and watch, this man did whatever he wanted.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And here's my question. Well, I don't think he's going to be at the desk. Like I don't
No.
think he's not
No.
called. He's not.
Will there be a desk though? Like, or will they be like in the audience? Or like will there be something like off to the side, like how they
He
did
might call the
back in
main
day?
event. He might call KO Cody, but he'll be in different spots throughout the arena, is my guess. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I don't think they're gonna move him around. I think he's
besides
gonna get
you
his
being on,
spot and then be there.
besides you being on the show, I'm most excited. The thing I'm most excited about to see is Jesse. His voice is like the voice of my childhood.
Do you realize how excited I am to get the when I put on my tux and then pose for a picture with Jesse Ventura holding the Saturday Night's Main Event mic? I mean,
Have you ever met him?
I've interviewed him. You know what?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You know what we should do? Emilio, we should give it to the people today. It's like 12 minutes long. And I have no idea. You'll have to listen to Emilio to see if I embarrassed myself. I'm always a little nervous to listen to my wrestling interviews from like 08, 09, 10, because I feel like I was trying to be too much of a smart mark. And I worry I could be annoying. Like saying dumb words to sound cool. But Emilio, give it a listen. Because I do remember we talked about fun stuff. And he was very into talking wrestling. But here's the thing. He could only be doing the main event. That would be my guess. Because, guys, there's no way he knows enough about the current product. So he's not to talk about EO Sky.
Well, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Does it matter, or do you just want Jesse sprinkling in those accoutrements of just like?
Yeah, I don't really care if he knows. I don't need him to forward stories.
Yeah,
I can't believe he's doing this. I can't believe he's doing this. It's so great.
And
it really
by the way,
is.
and he announced on Simmons, it's for a year.
Yeah.
Like he's going to do them all?
Yeah, they're going to use him in. Now, listen, maybe there's a world in which they increase his role. But yes, he's supposed to be around for a bunch. I'm very curious to what he sounds like, because the style of Jesse the Body Ventura today is not the style of him when he was doing this, obviously.
No, it'll be different, but it'll be nice to hear his voice.
Man. He's really, who else? There's no Heenan to bring back.
No.
There's no Gene to bring back.
No Gorilla.
How old is Jesse? 80?
I'm going to go with 78, 79.
Yeah.
He's not that much older than Hogan, I don't think, believe it or not.
He's 73. Oh, Dip, you got way ahead. 73. That's actually, I mean, honestly, by today's terms, if you take care of yourself, 73 is not that old.
He's 2 years older than Hogan, which is kind of crazy. You think about them being from completely different eras.
I love him very much.
We love Jesse. Big Tim Walls guy, that Jesse Ventura. I got to go back and see if there are any good moments from when Jesse ran for president. I was like not paying attention fully when Jesse the Body Ventura ran for president. Like,
big
I remember
Kennedy guy. Big Bobby Kennedy guy.
He is?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
And stuff, yeah. Just looking at him. Just looking at some stuff online.
Well, he has crossover with a lot of random people depending on what the issues are. But he was very in for Harris Walls, that I know. I don't think. By the way, I got news for you, Dip. Who's a Kennedy guy? That changed a few months ago.
No, for sure. I think in the beginning. I think in the beginning.
Yeah. In the beginning, like that is a Venn diagram that is changed like month by month over the last 5 years. People be like, "Oh, I'm in. I'm out. I'm in." All right. So that's a lot on Saturday Night's Main Event. Oh, guys, we're getting Tiffy time versus Chelsea Green, right? Is that what's happening?
Let me look at the updated bracket. It makes
It
sense. It makes sense, but I could see
Bailey. It's
a swerve related to like the Bailey Bianca who done it with Jade.
no.
I could see that getting
My
factored in.
prediction is if something happens with the Who Done It with Jade and so it ends up costing Bailey and Chelsea wins. Chelsea Tiffy, you're putting hands down the two current hottest women on the roster with the crowd in a match together.
I mean, I wouldn't say hands down the two hottest current one but they are very hot.
Who's
the crowd
Who's hotter at this moment? Like in this moment has more momentum.
in this tournament. Those two, yes, in this tournament. But I mean, in terms of the roster with the crowd, you can't say.
I
you
guess
can't
Rhea,
really.
yeah, I mean,
Rhea's up there. Liv.
I almost Rhea and Liv are champions. Sorry, of the non-champions, no one's hotter than those two at this moment. When I heard Tiffy's music hit, yo, me and Biggie looked at each other like, "Hey, yo!" And that wasn't Minnesota like this past week. That was Vancouver. I was like, Vancouver like this for Tiffy time?
I thought the same thing.
That's a take I can roll with for you. That's a take I can roll with of the non-champions, because then that takes out the big ones, right? I mean, Bailey is super hot, but she's Bailey, and I still think that
There's Bailey and Bianca. These are still
Bianca's a champion, so she's out.
Oh, I know. They're hotter than Bianca too right now, bro.
No.
Yes.
No.
Bianca has no momentum
SGG,
right now.
SGG, they have frozen Bianca down for a year and a half. Come on, man. She has been hobbled with a women's tag run that she's come on.
Listen, she's not hot.
Hobbled.
Bianca is always top of card, and Bianca can heat up at any moment. But at this moment, I'm telling you, I'm sitting there hearing what happens when they walk through the curtain. Ain't nobody hotter than that Chelsea and Tiffy Stratton pop right now. They're hot, bro.
I'm not doing Bianca like that.
It's not about
It's not about your opinion. It's a fact.
I'm not doing Bianca like that. In this house, they are not hotter than Bianca.
Well, I hope y'all better cheer loud enough that they hear it in Nassau Coliseum, because I mean it's not going to matter, because Bianca's obviously was taken out of the tournament. And by the way, the reason Bianca's taken out of the tournament is because Bianca's too big to even be involved with either of those championships. But that doesn't have to do with current hotness. The current moment is for Tiffany Stratton or Chelsea Green to win that title.
It'll be Chelsea Green. But that's my prediction.
With them both being bad guys, doesn't that mean like
Tiffy's not? Is Tiffy still bad?
Yeah,
they're both tweeners.
I think they're
Chelsea's definitely a heel. Chelsea's definitely a heel.
But people are going crazy for her.
They are.
That's fine.
They're both being cheered, but Chelsea is still like, she has her bigger friend beat people up like outright.
Yeah.
But Tiffany's a little interesting because
Tiffany's a tweener.
She really is a tweener, because her character.
She's been willing to stab Nia in the back.
Yes, for a long time.
She's ready to do it.
What they can't get, they cannot make the mistake of making Tiffany Stratton an outright babyface. What makes her so appealing is that she's kind of an a-hole. Like, that's part of, if all of a sudden she just becomes pretty blonde girl, regular babyface, I think that immediately becomes an albatross. Like, that is hard to even deal with. Like, we've seen it. How many people? There aren't many Codys, guys, who just stay
even a Flair couldn't do it.
No,
Charlotte couldn't get it done.
She always ends up going back heel because it's just too much. Tiffany Stratton should stay right where she is at this moment. She's killing it.
I'm gonna. You know what? You're convincing me. You're moving me up, moving me a little bit. I'm gonna say that Chelsea Green makes it to the finals against Mi Chin, not Tiffany Stratton, because I don't think they want to. They have both of them ascending similarly from heels who are very popular with the crowd. I don't think they're gonna want to make
not want to. So they're gonna want you to.
They're gonna want you to be firmly on a side, and so I think they're gonna with Chelsea's connection to Long Island Ice Z, and with that being emanating from Long Island, I think Chelsea's gonna go into the finals and probably take the championship.
Nope. I got you. It's gonna be Chelsea versus Tiffany, And to solidify Chelsea's heelness, Piper Piven will get involved. She will hurt Tiffany Stratton. Chelsea will win, and it will send Tiffy into full babyface mode, going against everything I just said, but it'll propel her into straight babyface status. That's what's going to happen.
Tiffany still has the Money in the Bank contract, right? So she can go straight babyface status the moment she takes the title off of one of the heel champions.
Everyone goes crazy, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be, I mean, and it's going to be Nia because they're planting the seeds for that.
True.
So I think Tiffy's babyface run is to come, and
So you want to
like
come over to my side? You want to come? I'll let you reverse course on that meet Shin and go for that Piper Niven costing her, because that really does set her off as a babyface. If you
Piper Niven,
you want to stay with meet Shin?
I like the Piper. I'm going to stay with meet Shin, but I like the Piper Niven. So I'm going to say Piper Niven helps Chelsea get the title, but over meet Shin. I think they're gonna save that.
Let's all. I want to make sure we put out a graphic for this week's picks. Include this pick too, because I want to see it all marked up. I want yours to be all marked up with red X's on it. Because you had a really clean sheet. I saw the one you posted at Survivor Series. Very clean.
Yeah, it didn't. I almost had a perfect hit. The OG bloodline did win. I picked the Solos bloodline.
By the way, I mean, how many injuries happened during that match?
They said 3.
I mean, I think that's all legit.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if the moments that they showed were the actual moments of injury or not.
Oh, it definitely was.
The Bronson Reed.
They showed Bronson Reed's ankle snap.
Bronson Reed, no question.
They showed Jimmy's big toe snap off.
But that didn't have to be that, because I feel like people's feet hit a lot when they do that. I don't know. It was definitely that moment. Probably.
I don't know, because like I feel like like you said, with a splash off the top rope. I've been watching
the other one wasn't real.
Tongaloa was
not caused by CM Punk hitting him with the toolbox. I don't think.
I don't think they know when it happened, but they're just like,
they're using that because you should. But
fire clip of him getting.
But the Bronson Reed looked. Yeah, that match was. That was really, really good. Dip, where have you landed on that match? We Dip, know you don't like war games with weapons. You don't like war games with this. You don't like this with that. Blah, 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 blah. You didn't enjoy, like the women's match. I think we all agree could have been better.
That you know the answer to this.
He's still against it.
Dip will edit. He will not revise.
Dip.
Yeah, that's well said. No. Upon reflection, I will edit and say that I did like it more than my knee-jerk reaction to how the quality of the match. Again, the same thing stands. I wish there was a top on the cage. I wish there was. I watched a bunch of War Games matches over the last couple of weeks. I love the top of the cage.
It's so, who cares?
I care.
I thought Triple H's explanation makes perfect sense. You got to be able to do more stuff.
I don't want the stuff. I don't need stuff.
It's not 1987. People aren't satisfied by just clubbing each other with elbows for 40 minutes. They got to go.
I want elbow clubbing, and that's what I want.
Hey, speaking of old school,
so we be clubbing.
Let's make a prediction. What faces, and SGG, don't spoil any that I may have mentioned to you. What faces do you think we could see pop up at Saturday night's main event? Mr. Fuji's dead, right?
Oh, they can still show his face. Though. They can still show his face.
Okay, great.
They have posters that pop up on SmackDown from the old school arenas. We've seen Dusty, we've seen Bruno. They can still show.
That's
his
not what
face.
I mean. Who can actually show up?
I think.
Let's see Slick.
What do you say, Deb?
I hope that it's not just the typical gimmick backstage.
Oh no,
$1 million man, IRS taking up with the thing. I don't want that. Okay,
that's 2 that could show up too.
By the way,
come up with something better than this.
That take, it started in the early 2000s. That they would be like, it's old school night, and they'd bring out the same 5 all the time.
All due respect. I don't need to hear damn. I don't need a damn.
No, we do need a damn. Nah, I'm sorry. We do need a damn.
It's not.
No.
But SGG, that's not. Just hear me out. That's not even Saturday night's main event retro.
Right. You're talking like
No.
slick.
Like, let's make it feel. Give me Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me one man gang. Give me Powers of Pain. Give me
Yo,
Demolition.
do they do a holiday party? Do they do some Fakakta holiday gimmick? Like,
By the way, I'm available to host a Fakakta holiday gimmick. I'm available.
I bet you they're gonna do a Christmas party with all the
Do you think me and Jackie could be at the Christmas party? That would be me.
I think he could be there.
throughout the night, they're doing like the white elephant game where people are swapping their gifts, and then at the end of the night, you see who gets a repug gift.
You know what? I'm sending a text in seconds to find out what we're doing, because that you got to play the holiday game.
Yeah, we watched we watched a few of them. They did the Halloween.
Can we bob the apples? And I put my I have to like go up to Trish Stratus with my face right next to hers. Can we do that? Do you remember how uncomfortable it was?
I think you get like whoever's on good terms is going to be there.
But again,
these days that opens the door though.
But again, to be clear, I made a joke about Trish Stratus. It shouldn't be people from that era. It should be
old school 80s, 90s, early 90s.
All right.
Yeah, if they're gonna bring back Ventura, then they need to reach back into the vault.
Who's alive?
It's so hard, man. Like when you think of the main names,
they're all dead.
King Kong Bundy, dead.
Dead.
Stud, dead.
Dead.
JYD, dead. How about
Are they going to bring back Wendy Richter for that women's title match to help crown the pan the title?
That would be awesome.
Wendy Richter would be fun. I like that SGG.
We like Wendy. We love Wendy.
Yeah, no, I can't say wondrous Wendy. That's Ric Flair's wife. Wonderful Wendy. Yeah,
wonderful Wendy.
Wendy Richter would be fun. George the Animal Steel dead. Oh, Steamboat.
Oh, Steamboat's good.
By the way,
I like Steamboat.
By the way, we mentioned him a while back. Could we get Coco Beware?
Would love that.
How about Coco?
Rougeos? Can we get the Rougeos?
Which Rougeos are?
Jacques and Raymond.
I think everybody's alive.
Everyone's alive?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fun.
I hate that Neidhart's gone, man.
I'd love to see Brett.
Yeah, by the way, why not Brett? Brett could come around, right?
Brett could do it.
Oh, we just had Brett. Yeah, Brett was just here.
Bring him back.
By the way, I'd love to see Sean and I'd love to see Michaels and Jannetty.
Oh, that would be fun. Now we're talking. Now we're having a conversation.
I would love to see that, dude.
No, you know what you want to do? And here, if
have them introduce Motor City Machine Guns, or like do something with them.
They're not on the show, but they could be on the show.
Well, yeah. Why can't they do a backstage segment with Motor City Machine Guns?
By the way, between DIY and Motor City Machine Guns, we are like going early 2000s miniature tag team division up a storm.
I'm all about it. Yeah. I love tag teams that feel like tag teams, as you know.
Well, look, Paul London and Ryan Kendrick.
Where's London and Kendrick?
What I was gonna say was that was WWE's answer to the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah. Oh, literally. They were Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin were already rocking back then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they've been around for years. They look great.
How about Beefcake?
Yes.
Yeah. With the bow tie and the.
Do we get Hogan?
Honky Tonk?
Honky Hogan?
No, I think Hogan's a no-go.
You do?
Jesse? I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
A Jesse Hogan nose to nose would be so mad.
I don't think Jesse could work. I honestly don't think Jesse has it in him. Hogan could, of course, do it as a shoot because nothing's real to Hulk Hogan. For Jesse, I don't think he could draw the line of shoot. I think he'd fight. I think that old man would start throwing punches.
And I think he'd win.
Yeah.
He'd go right to the back.
Who else is there? Can we get it? Can we get Powers of Pain?
Is Don Morocco still with us?
No, he's not. Is he?
No, I don't think so.
How about the model, Rick Martel? He never does anything.
No, Don Morocco's still with us, by the way.
Don Morocco's still with us?
I thought he passed away.
The original Rock, 75.
By the way,
Don Morocco would be Mage.
That would be super Mage.
Yeah. Who else? Bob Orton died, right?
Rick the Model.
No, Bob Orton's alive.
Bob Orton's alive, right?
Yeah.
Bob Senior. Bob Senior.
By the way, Bob Orton doing something with Randy would be fucking awesome.
That would be. By the way, where is Randy?
He got he got sent to oblivion by KO. I'm telling you, man. Like,
Oh yeah,
this
that's
is
right.
this
He
is
got
this
beat, he got
guy's
beaten to
different.
oblivion. Yeah, that's true.
This guy's different.
Could he come back? I would love Ramsey to be on this show.
He might come back though. You just have to. He could come back.
Who else are we missing?
Bob Orton was a good one.
was
Somebody
a
said
good
Rick
one.
Martel. That was a good one.
Jake.
I don't know. I think we did really well.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake is a good one too.
Oh,
The King-
Jake.
I mean,
He was like AEW at Jace for a while, but he's not.
it's time for Jake to like come back and be involved again.
Yeah, come home.
Yeah, no,
Come
you know
home,
what?
Jake.
It's time for
Bring the snakes home.
Yeah, Jake. And by the way, like, I think in this era, I think you could work with him. Like, I think he'd be fine. Bring Jake back, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
And if you're not going to put him on TV, bless him up with a performance center job. Have him run the promo classes. Just there's something for Jake under the WWE umbrella.
But I unfortunately think that Dip and I are going to be hurt because we're going to get there and they'll do a couple of those. And then I think it'll be a bunch of ones that are like, do those even really go? You know what I mean?
yeah.
They if they're going full retro, at least for this first one,
All the way.
they should know. You draw the line at like 1991, and then you work backwards for legends who could appear on that.
Like, I don't need, with all due respect, he was just in Atlanta. I love him. Don't have DDP there. There's no DDP Saturday night's main event connection. Like,
Right. I know.
And if you're a legend whose first Saturday night's main event or first connection to it was those Fox Saturday night's main events, we love you.
we love you.
We don't need you for this one.
Not this
one. But we love you and would love to have you back for the next one
So like
or future ones. But for this one, we need the NBC original run of legends.
now for the next one, like down the line, could you do Arn and Tully?
Yeah.
Brainbusters?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at the roster of 86 right now.
Mhm.
Everyone is dead except for a
SB,
few people.
SB Jones?
I don't know. But like, I mean, it's Adrian Adonis dead. Big John Studd, Bruno, Heenan.
Don't
Here are
skip
the ones
the
that are.
Don't skip
Here
the
are the,
alive.
here are the ones that are
Yeah,
still
it's
alive.
like-
Here are the ones that are still alive from 86.
Okay.
B. Brian Blair. B. Brian Blair.
He outlasted the Sheik.
He did. He can show his face again.
Show up
He can
now.
show his face again.
No
now.
Sheiky, baby.
Bret Hart. Brutus Beefcake. Is Butch Reed alive?
Yes.
Butch Reed would be so mage. Okay. Corporal Kirshner, I believe, is alive, or he might have recently passed away.
Butch Reed passed away in 2021.
Damn it, Butch. He looked it up. He just died. Damn it.
Okay.
Damn it.
Davey Boy's dead. Dino Bravo dead. Dynamite Kid dead. Moolah dead. Freddie Blassie deid. George Steele dead.
And Freddie
we're all-
Blassie.
Did you have to announce that Freddie Blassie
Yeah,
was
Freddie
dead?
Blassie-
He debuted in 1918.
Greg Valentine.
R.I.P. to Freddie Blassie.
I would love to
Valentine's
see Valentine.
No, and
Hawk-
Beefcake. Valentine and
and
Beefcake
Beefcake.
together.
All right, Dream Team. Haku
Yep.
alive, mage.
Yep.
Hercules dead. Hillbilly alive.
Yep.
Honky Tonk alive.
Yes.
Hogan alive. Sheik
Yep.
dead. Putski dead. Jacques Rougeau alive. Jake alive. Jesse's coming.
Yep.
Jim Brunzell alive. Neidhart
Pause.
dead. Jimmy Hart.
Oh,
Fine.
by the way, guaranteed. I mean, that's signed, sealed, delivered. He's there.
Okay.
Ivan Putski, still
Dead.
alive.
You killed
Is he?
Putski, dude.
Ivan Putski's alive.
Oh my God.
He's putskiing and putskiing around all over the place.
By the way,
Ivan
you're the
Putski's alive.
Putz. You killed off Putski.
I did. I
dare you?
killed
You
Putski.
didn't
I
even
didn't, I
hesitate,
didn't mean to.
but Putski dead. What did he?
Yeah, he didn't even consider it.
And by the way, I just let
He
that
said-
one. I
He said, "I've never seen Ivan Putski in color. He's dead."
He's got to be dead. Oh my God. You know what? SUJ are you referencing what I think you're referencing?
No, I don't.
When
What do you
when
mean?
I recently killed off a legend because of that exact same
Yes.
thing, I'm like, I saw the packages. There were no color photos. He cannot be around anymore. And then he walked right in. I went, whoops.
JYD dead, Kamala dead, Harley Race dead, Bundy dead, Coco alive.
You know
The
what?
Genius alive.
It went better than you said. That could
Yeah.
have
We
been
got some
worse.
options. We
I
got
scrolled
some
long. I
options.
scrolled farther.
You
What
know who's still
about
alive? Tito Santana. Bring him in for
Yeah.
Saturday Night's Main Event.
what about the
By
Glamour
the way,
Girls?
by the way, why did you just say you killed Putski and you reanimated Pafo? He's dead.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead as well. Oh, I reanimated Papa.
By the way, and
Because
by
I
the
didn't.
way, you actually got me sad because I was like, "Oh my
I'm
God, is
sad.
Pafo
I'm
alive?"
sad.
And then I just
I'm
looked,
sad.
and it was 23. He
No.
died.
He
Why
just
did
died.
he die?
Yeah.
By the way, why did Pafo die? That guy was in good shape. He seemed relaxed and peaceful at all times. Come on,
It's sad.
that was an
That was right.
unnecessary one, Pafo.
It was. It was. He
We
should
got
still
no
be.
Pafo. We got no Elizabeth. We got no Randy. We got no Lanny. We got no Angelo. We got no the Jewish mother.
Mr. Wonderful. Nikolai
No
Volkov.
Papa. Dead.
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 You really thought he was alive for a second.
I wanted him to be.
I know. We all want him to be, but
Yeah.
Paul Roma? Bring Paul Roma out.
hold on, let's see. He's got
Not only is Paul Roma alive, I believe Paul Roma's involved with the WWE in some capacity.
Paul Roma is only in his late 30s.
By the way, he's
Because-
actually not. He's to your point, Dip. Paul Roma's not that old. He's 65.
Yeah, and Paul, like I said, Paul Roma, WWE is doing this WWE ID program for independent talents, and they have a talent. He is still jacked, as Emilio said. They have a talent. I believe his name is Brad Baylor. Because when they were introducing these talents, they were doing like, your first day at wrestling school, yada yada yada. Brad Baylor's giving off MJF vibes, and you watch his promo, and he shows up to a wrestling school run by Paul Roma. So he's around, and they know where to find him.
Wow, that would be interesting. What about what's his face? Hold on. Why am I forgetting the? Well, what about Tom Zink?
Tom Zank would be beige.
I'd like a Tom Zink a Can-Am Connection reunion.
That would be wonderful. I would
Mr.
love to see that as well.
Emilio said we're forgetting Axe and Smash.
Dead. Mr. Wonderful dead.
Mr. Wonderful's dead. Axe and
died
Smash
last-
alive.
Tom Zank dead.
Tom Zink is dead.
2017.
Damn it.
What?
Oh no, Dip, you all right?
Tom Zank died? The Z-Man?
Tom Zank. The Z-Man.
What did he die from? What was his death?
I'm just gonna say natural causes because I feel like if we go down that road, this is gonna become
Do we really want to start
a
doing that?
depressing podcast.
I would like to know how he died. What does it
We'll
say?
look into it, Dip. We'll look into it.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll
this
see.
episode has had a lot of twists and turns, and I've really enjoyed it.
Should we twist back to speed run of predictions for the last set of matches, or are we out of here?
Yeah, let's finish up the matches. We're almost done. We did the priest match. Liv and Io. I have Liv beating Io. Sorry.
I have Liv also.
Live.
We already did Tiffy time predictions. We did them all. That's it.
That was the last one. That was
Yeah, it's
Liv and
fine.
Io was the last one.
They have 5 currently.
Do we think they're gonna add a match?
I hope not. I want all backstages, baby. Let's fill.
You know what?
Let's fill all that time with Rosenberg and Redmond. That's all
I don't
need.
I don't want Money Inc.
What's better than R&R on a Saturday night?
You don't want that, Dip? You don't want the obligatory laugh?
I feel like if there's like a Bo Dallas IRS moment, if there's an Uncle Howdy IRS moment, that would be kind of mage.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Yeah. But other than that, I who knows are the Wyatt Six paying their taxes? That's the question that needs to be answered on Saturday Night's Main Event. Are the Wyatt Six paying their taxes?
That may be too big.
What jurisdiction? Do you have to pay taxes in parts unknown? Is that
That's a good
federal
question.
jurisdiction?
Another
I don't
great
know.
question.
But there's a man who does people's taxes, who happens to be related to one of these Wyatt Six members, and I think there's a very good chance that he is the tax guy for the Wyatt Six. All the money is being run through IRS's. All the Wyatt Six money and financing is being run through
Money,
IRS's office.
money, money, money,
If
money.
if Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy, what does that make IRS? Is he Great Uncle Irwin? Is he Pappy Irwin? What Pappy
Great.
Mike?
It's a
What
great
is
question. Guys, I would say that we should do a show Sunday to talk about what happened. Patreon, rather than try to squeeze one in before. And maybe we'll do that. We have a baby. Natalie has a baby shower Sunday.
I thought you were gonna say we have a baby here.
I hope not. Not ready. But I hope not. I got to tell you that. But again, little baby girl Rosenberg, we're looking for January 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. That is the range.
That's a good window right there.
By the way, my wife is such a ride or die when it comes to my work. She goes, I went, Natalie, you know what the date is of the next Saturday Night's Main Event? And obviously, I don't know my future. I don't know if they want me to do all of them. I don't know. My hope would be, but who knows? I go, you know when the next one is? She's like, when? I said, January 25th. She's like, wow. I was like, yeah, the due date. I swear to you, within 5 seconds. She's like, you could probably go and get back. Or then I started seeing her brain compute. Do I really need him in the delivery room?
Oh my god! Oh,
Literally, that's how business focused she is. I had to jump in. I went, Natalie, just so you know, I'm not missing the birth of our child. That I just want to. I have one line. Literally, I have one line. Any other event, I skip. Birth of our child. So I need baby girl. If she comes out like by the 15th, then I could head to San Antonio the night of the 24th and come back, or morning of the 25th, be back the 26th.
yeah, go straight into the arena. You don't even need a hotel. Just
Lickety split.
boom.
Oh yeah, I'll be back. Anyways,
Yeah.
guys, maybe we'll do something Sunday evening. We'll talk and see. We hope everyone enjoyed the program and enjoys this weekend. And we appreciate you, especially our patrons. We appreciate the most. But we appreciate all of you.
Well, we'll see our patrons on Sunday, right?
Perhaps we will. And by the way, new episode of This Ain't Texas out right now with the great guitarist Gary Clark Jr., who played on Beyonce's Cowboy Carter. We talked. He's a great guy.
Can't wait to listen to that.
So go subscribe to that. And guys, we'll catch you next time. Same age.